When you need advice, come to Ben and Kelly. It's Group Therapy on 99.7 DJX.
Jason wrote to us more than 10 years ago when I was a recent college graduate. I stole about $3,000 from my employer.
Oof.
I was fired for it.
Yeah.
The police were called to investigate.
Mm-hmm.
I lawyered up. Since there was relatively little evidence, the matter was dropped. I've never admitted that theft to anyone. I've maintained with family and friends that while I was a bad employee and deserved to be fired, I did not commit a crime. I know this is not true. I've always felt very guilty about being a dishonest person about it. I've since gone on to get a master's degree. I've become a teacher. I have a family. I do my best to be a good person now, but I still can't shake the feelings of guilt over what I did back then. Obviously, I don't want to go to jail. An arrest would ruin my current life.
Sure.
But how can I move on emotionally from this incident and its influence on how I see myself today?
Oh, gosh.
That's deep. That's
Yeah,
big.
it is. So this happened more than 10 years ago. I don't think he's going to go to jail now. I am not in law enforcement and a lawyer and have any sort of legal degree. So
If we have anyone listening who would have expertise
just-
in that,
that's
might
just me
help.
like going, well, it sounds like you're fine. It's got to be a
Well.
statute of limitations, right?
Right.
10 years is probably long enough.
Yes. Or, I mean, and here's the other thing is has he thought about like paying that back, or is he thinking
who
if
knows
he
if-
did that would admit the wrongdoing or whatever?
Yeah, who knows if his former employer is even still
Around,
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I think being honest maybe with your former boss or employer, or maybe reaching back out to your former employer or something like that.
Yeah.
Justin texts in, wait, didn't Ben go to law school? No. I took half a semester of pre-med.
He's practically a doctor, not
doctor.
a lawyer.
Yeah. No, sorry, Justin. I don't have legal advice.
Sure. Ashley says you have to forgive yourself. It won't matter who you tell. It won't make you feel any better. You have to find a way to come to peace with yourself. You were young. Now you've grown and changed. You're doing better. You're not still repeating that lifestyle. At some point, almost everyone fights their past, whether it's criminal or not, and we have to grow and move on. Like someone mentioned above, maybe donating $3,000 to charity, or go donate some of your time to a charity. Not saying that, what you did was okay, but after 10 years, you need to find a way to move on, and maybe you can use your experience to guide others.
Yeah, Bet was the one who said, save up the $3,000, mail it back anonymously. If that employer is out of business, donate that money to a local church or charity anonymously.
Yeah.
And a lot of people are liking that response. I don't know if we've got anybody who has got some sort of legal background that could, I guess, weigh in on, is he out in the clear for this?
A lot of
because
people
it sounds like
are saying yes. I don't think that there should be past the statute of limitations for theft. But Annie is pointing out you can move on emotionally when you tell your family and friends that you actually stole the money. I don't think it's the actual act of stealing that you feel guilty about, but rather
You're
for
just
10
hanging on
years
to
you've
it,
let
yeah.
your family believe you were innocent.
Yeah, or you've had this secret for so long.
Right.
All right. Would love to hear your suggestions on how Jason proceeds with this, because I think the most important thing for him is moving past it.
Yeah,
and
Allie
being
says-
able to bury that or just get beyond it.
Allie says therapy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea too.
All right. 502-795-1997. Group therapy. Yes. Jason wrote to us, made a big mistake at work, stole $3,000, got him fired. He didn't do any time for it. Was over 10 years ago. His family doesn't know that he actually stole the money.
They just thought he just got fired for being a bad employee.
Yeah, exactly. He hasn't forgiven himself. So is kind of coming to us and going, how do I move on?
Yeah, and a lot of people are suggesting, I think it's a really great idea because, he has moved on. He's a teacher now. He's got a family. He's been trying to make, much better choices and be a better example.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people are suggesting that he could pay it back by either like donating the same amount to a charity or volunteering, and, kind of turning the negative into a positive. Tracy said your past is exactly that. Your past. Forgive yourself. You've got to move on. telling on yourself is only going to ruin your life. We all do stupid things when we're young. Donating or confessing is not going to change anything. You've done it, accept that, and move on. I think the donation is a really great way to kind of, if you feel like you need to cleanse your soul a little bit, maybe do that.
Yeah. Chris texted in and said, I've been in almost the exact situation. It just takes time. Brad said, look, I supported my wife through law school, so technically I'm an expert. Take it to the grave, deny, deny, deny.
Okay. Wow. Jerry says seek mental help from a certified therapist, not listeners of a radio show or keyboard experts. Thank you, Jerry. Thank you.
I mean, but sometimes he just needs to hear people say those words.
Exactly.
Yes, I do think that, maybe some therapy would help, but look.
And talk to God. Christine says talk to God.
I like the donating.
Yes.
Figure out a way to earn $3,000 and donate that money. Figure out a good cause, something that you support, something that could better the lives of others.
Stacey said if the company still exists that you used to work for, send anonymously the $3,000 back to them.
There you go. All right, a lot of suggestions. Hopefully, some of this helps in your ability to heal.
And bottom line is, it sounds like he learned from the mistake.
Mm-hmm.
So it didn't, he's not continuing on a life of crime or making bad decisions. That you're not going to be doing that again, and you can be a better example moving forward.
Yeah, Jason, we just don't want to hear you in a setting the bar story.
Right.
Next week.
Yes.
Okay. That is group therapy.